So today we are very excited to announce the release of a brand new feature and function within inside Wishy Assist, one that is going to help take you even further along the process to delivering for your marketing and for your clients and for the different teams within your organization. And that is the release of our new image gen system, a system that is going to allow you to create everything from ads through to storyboards. So this is a quick run through around how this system works, taking you from step to step. So first off, just like any other piece of the Whoosh Assist platform, we need to create a output. And this is a new type of output that allows you to create images, as I've said earlier. So getting into first off, workspace templates, create a new template, and you'll see what looks like a fairly familiar screen here. Now, this is the template building screen where you can give your template a title. You can describe what your template does. You can give it an icon as we've done previously. But this is the new piece. You have now the option to choose between a text or an image output template. Text we've run through a few times, but images is the new piece that we're going to discuss today. So I'm going to pick one that I've already made up so that you can have a look and see how we built that template out. So here we are in the template, and in this case, we're going to be working through how we might build out some design ideas or scamps, if you like, for every ambassador's favorite chocolate, Ferrero Rocher. So I've given it a title, just like I do with any template, and then a brief description of what the template does for me. Let's change the icon so that it's an image. And as you can see here, I have a welcome message. Again, this is the agent and what the agent's going to say to the user. Then I have an AI instruction. That's an instruction to the agent to what I want them to go and do. So in this case, we're working on the creation of ads. And then these are the sort of new sections that you won't have seen before. So the first is a template. As you can see here, I have got a sort of basic template of what my ad looks like. In this case, it is very sort of standardized. I've got this logo down on the bottom left and there's some copy here at the bottom, but the rest of it is actually pretty open for editing within. The second is that I can then create a mask. So the two are sort of related, but they work slightly differently. A mask is I can use a transparent part of an image to indicate where I can actually place objects. So this is a template and this is a mask. The two of them work together side by side to enable or to give information to the agent as to where and how it can work. And then finally, and this is a really good idea, I can give it examples of previous images that I've made so that it has some training information and it can understand how it can go and deliver for me. Then down here, I have some options around orientation. So obviously I can choose between various orientations, file format, how I want the images to be delivered back to me, and background, which is, as it says, whether I want transparent or opaque backgrounds. As with any template, I can make this public or private. And once I'm happy with all of this, I can create update template or save template if it's a new one. So now let's go and see how this works in practice. So I have this project called Easter Chocolate. We're going to work within that particular project, and I'm going to create a new output. Now, just like any output, I then need to select the output I want to work with. In this case, we want to work with the Ferrero scamp. So I'm going to click on this. Here's my description of what it will do. Click Create. And we're now into a fairly familiar screen. We have the output on the right, and on the left, we have the main agent. The difference is what the output is going to be. So in this case, let's ask it to include the Easter Bunny and give me a greetings message. So there you can see working away. First of all, it gives me an instruction as to tell me what it's going to go and do. So it's going to go and create 4 Easter-themed Ferrero Rocher scamps, images featuring Easter Bunny with an appropriate greeting message. Now, I could have done that in a number of different ways. In this case, I just gave an instruction, but I could easily have dropped in a brief, for example, or indeed I could have pulled in a previous output, perhaps a creative brief or some ideation that we came to. Now what you can see happening is on the right-hand side here is that the images are starting to appear, and we'll let that run for a little bit. So there you can see it's gone and generated our images. It's kept very close to the templates that we gave it and the examples that we gave it. Obviously, the ones we had were Christmas, but it's actually kept the images very much on brand. The typography and the text is very much in keeping with what was in the original. And of course, we have these lower parts of the image which have been kept consistent too. I can dive into this. I can blow it up if I want, and it'll actually show you the prompt that it uses to use to generate this particular image. But I can now actually do further things where I can actually go and edit even individual images. So for example, I can ask it to take image number 1 and add more samples of the product. So there you go. You can see that it's gone and added a whole bunch of new or more product to that particular image. If I blow it up again, you can see that in more detail, and I can in fact go back to the original version. So you can see the difference there between the two.